I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. There are so many options these days when it comes to activities for our little ones, making the decision difficult when we look for hobbies for the kids. But one local gym is giving us good reason to lean in their direction. Teaching strength, discipline, and balance, Champion Gymnastics is so much more than a gym on Jackson Road.
So we offer ages 18 months to 18 years, but some of the different classes that we offer is in terms of Ninja Zone, which is more of like a American Ninja Warrior style. We also offer Tumble Champs, which is for 18 months to 3 years old. We have advanced classes, and then from there they have the opportunity to make our pre-team program and then our full-on competitive team level.
The instructors work with the students to ensure they feel supported.
They'll warm up and stretch together, and then from there they go into an A-B grouping. A is for our more advanced classes within that class, and then B is for beginners. And we're keeping an eye on our kids all the time. So if a kid is exhibiting a higher level of skill within a beginner level class, we'll have that kid come in for an evaluation and make sure that we're progressing them and advancing them.
I started doing gymnastics, getting really into it after my dad had passed away in 2012, and that kind of influenced me a lot. So gymnastics has been my escape to get all of my emotions and feelings towards him out. It's just a way to escape, so I'm happier he's with me.
They come on down, join our fun and awesome program, and I think the program itself, it speaks volumes, and once your kid gets here, they're hooked.
Come here and you'll feel welcome like family. It's very loving and fun, and every time I come here I just can't wait to get on the floor and start doing what I love to do.
For more info or to enroll in classes, visit champgymaa.com. Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly with more news and information. Relaxing your mind, body, and soul can seem like a virtually impossible task, but one form of martial arts is making this a very real possibility. Sun Shen is a school of spiritual development which offers classes to the masses.
Tai Chi is an art that grows with you, so it's open, it's accessible regardless your age, your height, your strength, nothing matters.
The classes focus on your mental health.
Today is a Tai Chi pushing hands class, and pushing hands class, as you can see, is a two-person interactive exercises. And Tai Chi is typically being seen as a health exercise, but it's actually originally created as a martial art. Tai Chi is what's called a moving meditation. So as you move, as we relax our bodies, using our focus to relax our bodies, our mind blank out, so that we have that meditative feel to it.
To learn more, visit sunshen.org. It's the snowy season, and there is some need-to-know information for residents and businesses alike as they keep their sidewalks safe for pedestrians. Learn about snow removal guidelines in the city of Ann Arbor in this month's City Roundup in 60.
Hello, my name is Robert Keller with the City of Ann Arbor. Winter means snow and ice, and that makes it hard for people to get around the city, especially pedestrians. So as a resident and business, you need to do your part and help clear your sidewalks of ice and snow. What does that mean? Well, for residents, it means any snow accumulation greater than 1 inch has to be cleared within 24 hours. If you're a business, any snow accumulation by 6 a.m. needs to be cleared by noon the same day. So help do your part. Clear your adjacent sidewalks, crosswalk ramps, and any concrete bus stops that may be adjacent to your property, and help make it easier for people to get around the great city of Ann Arbor.
Murder, intrigue, and misunderstandings plague the life of Hamlet as he vows to avenge his father's death. It's a tale told throughout generations, and now Concordia University is putting their own spin on this condensed production of William Shakespeare's classic. Joining me is Gerard Dzuiblinski, director of Concordia University's production of Hamlet. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you're more than the director of Hamlet, you're the director of theater at Concordia, too.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. So you got a little extra going for you.
Well, I direct the typical student shows every year. We do 3 a year. But this production of Hamlet is a special production because it's sponsored by the Craft Arts program, which brings in guest artists and professionals for different kinds of special events.
And this is a passion project for you.
Yes, indeed, yes. We started over a year ago working on this. The first thing that I did was find out whether I could do it, which was to get an old student of mine who graduated from the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland to commit to playing Hamlet, right, a very challenging role. And then the second step was getting the rest of the actors and then also editing the script down to just over 2 hours.
Which I'm sure is pretty difficult in itself. It's condensing Shakespeare.
Sure, yeah.
You're like, what can I take out that isn't quite as important to the storyline?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So you have to be careful. But we did that. I worked on that. I had some assistance from Dr. Neil Megan, who is the director of the Reading Center and on the English faculty at Concordia University, and also Michael Laughlin, who's an MFA in creative writing, who's a personal friend of mine. We got everything down to a shape that tells the story, but doesn't belabor some of the points or some of the old kinds of language or some of the colloquial references that contemporary audiences wouldn't understand.
Mm-hmm. So why Hamlet?
Oh, well, not only is it one of my favorite plays, it is considered one of the greatest plays written in the English language in the history of theater. And one, if not Shakespeare's best. It's complex, it's layered. You have the psychology of the characters as they're relating to each other, a very complex web of relationships, much like we have in the real world. Mm-hmm. You have social implications, you have political implications, you have this complex story that is vibrant and reveals not just the murder mystery, right, that the story is basically based on, but the interior lives of many of these major characters. And so that makes you understand who these people are, why they're doing what they're doing, and how every decision of every character affects every other character in the web.
Mm-hmm. So what is your contemporary spin on the show?
Well, first of all, we're doing a contemporary setting, so the characters are dressed like we are, right, in contemporary clothing. The second part is that we're not setting it in an ancient setting. We're setting it in a contemporary abstract setting so that there's no long scene changes, right? The longest scene change is about 20 seconds. Mm-hmm. The rest of them are about 5 to 8 seconds long.
Wow, that's amazing in itself to be able to do that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of scenes,
yeah,
right? And so Gordon Craig, who was a scenic designer, he kind of developed that concept in the early 1900s. And so now we use it quite a bit. It helps us to reduce production costs in terms of complex settings, mm-hmm. and it also helps to move the action along. And it also helps to create the mood, because that's one of the things that you're trying to do with any setting is create mood. Mm-hmm. So the mystery, right, the intrigue, the set is kind of like a maze, right? People enter and exit from all over, and you can never exactly tell where anybody's coming from.
Well, I'm sure the blocking was a challenge then, doing that portion of it.
Oh, it's wonderful fun. It's wonderful fun. It's one of my favorite parts.
So it's actually interesting, we were talking before the show, because this is more of like a special project. It's usually using a combination of professional actors and Concordia University students.
Right. The 3 shows that we typically do every season are almost all Concordia students. Occasionally we bring in a guest artist. But here we've kind of flipped it, right? We've got professional actors playing the major roles. And we've got 10 Concordia students involved in the technical production in the control booth, and also about 7 on stage in some of the minor roles. So they're working alongside the professional actors, just like in major universities that are allied with professional local theaters, right, so that they can learn from the professional actors and gain that kind of experience.
What an asset that is to the students.
Indeed, indeed. And I have to say that I'm so grateful to Dr. Mark Looker of the Craft Arts program, who committed money to the project as soon as he found out we were interested. We're doing it in collaboration with the Experimental Performing Arts Association, which is a 501c3 that I direct. And we've received 2 grants from the Burr and Jensen Foundations to help support the project as well. So we're very grateful to all of them.
So it's coming up soon.
Yes.
When is it?
Very soon. We open Friday, actually Friday morning at 10 a.m. is our first student matinee. Then we have a Friday evening performance, Friday and Saturday at 8, Sunday at 2 for 2 weekends. So we run from the 8th through the 17th of February. Then that interim week of the 11th through the 15th, we also have 10 a.m. matinees for high school students as well. Homeschool groups as well as other high school groups have reserved, and there's still some seats available if you have a group that wants to come in. For most of the performances, we still have seats.
And how do you get the tickets? Should you buy them in advance? Do you get them at the door?
Well, you can get them at the door, of course, for any of the performances, but if you go to the main website, cuaa.edu, Life at CUAA, Craft Arts, which is our arts center, and then purchase online. You can purchase those tickets online, and we'll have them for you at will call.
Well, it's great because you can, right now it sounds like there's definitely some seats taken. There's still seats available, but you'd like to know that you're getting a seat if you're planning on going.
Oh, definitely, definitely, yes. We've had schools from all over the metropolitan area coming, not only from metropolitan Ann Arbor, but also from Detroit and some of the Detroit suburbs as well.
All right, well, we're just about out of time, but if you want to tell people why they should come see your version of Hamlet.
Well, I would have to say it's the acting. The acting is what drives it, right? When you have great acting and great scripts, put those together, and you've got a dynamic, emotionally engaging production. We've worked very hard on that to make it emotionally engaging to the audience.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to see all that CTN has to offer. And remember to like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.